The rhythmic clatter of the train against the steel tracks filled the silent night as the last train of the day made its way through the fog-covered countryside. Inside, the dim yellow lights flickered, casting eerie shadows across the nearly empty compartments. Mia sat near the window, her fingers nervously tracing the rim of her coffee cup. Her heart pounded in her chest, drowning out the sound of the train. Tonight was supposed to be her escape, her chance to leave the past behind and start over. But fate had a cruel sense of humor. At the far end of the compartment, a man sat, shrouded in darkness. His coat was damp from the mist outside, and a scar ran down his cheek. He had been watching her for the past 20 minutes without blinking. Mia tried to ignore him, but every time she looked away, a sinking feeling gnawed at her insides. He knows. He has to know. Just then, the train conductor walked by, giving her a reassuring nod. "We'll be arriving at the final station in an hour, ma'am. Not many people take this route this late." She nodded, forcing a smile, but her mind raced. Who was that man? And how did he know about her past? As the train sped through the darkness, Mia's hands trembled. She had spent years covering her tracks, burying the truth deep under a web of lies. But one mistake, one slip-up, and everything unraveled. Her real name wasn't Mia, and she wasn't just running from a bad relationship or a failed career. She was running from a crime she had never meant to commit. Years ago, she had made a choice, a desperate, terrible choice, and someone had paid the price. She had thought it was over, but now, this man was here. Finally, unable to take the tension any longer, Mia turned to him. "Excuse me, do I know you?" The man leaned forward, his face illuminated by the dim light. His eyes were familiar, too familiar. "You should, Mia," he said in a low voice. "After all, you left me for dead." Her blood ran cold. Mia's mind flashed back to that night. A dark alley, a struggle, a body on the ground, a secret buried. "No, that's impossible," she whispered. The man chuckled. "That's what they all say, isn't it? But fate has a way of correcting its mistakes." Mia's hands gripped the edge of the table. "What do you want from me?" He leaned back. "I want to see if you've changed, if you've learned anything, if you understand that the choices we make define who we are." Mia swallowed hard. She had spent years hiding from the guilt, convincing herself that survival justified the means. But deep down, she knew the truth. She had taken the easy way out. The man sighed. "There's still time, Mia. You don't have to run anymore." She shook her head, eyes stinging with unshed tears. "What do you expect me to do? Confess? Turn myself in?" He smiled, but there was sadness in his eyes. "I expect you to make it right." The train slowed as it approached the final station. The mist outside had thickened, wrapping the platform in an eerie glow. Mia hesitated. Could she do it? Could she finally face what she had been running from? The man stood up. "It's your choice, Mia. But remember, running doesn't erase the past. Facing it does." As the train stopped, the doors slid open. Mia's legs felt like lead. But deep inside, something had changed. For the first time in years, she wasn't afraid anymore. As the train pulled away, Mia took a deep breath and turned toward the city. She had spent years fearing the truth. Now, she was finally ready to own it. Because in the end, the only way to escape your past is to confront it. This story teaches an important lesson. You can't run from your past forever. The only way to truly move forward is to take responsibility for your actions.